Welcome to another episode of Riding and Wrenching, the biggest little YouTube channel on the entire interwebs. I am your host, Q the Rider, and in today's episode, I'm going to share with you some steps that I'm going to take to protect my bike when I head down to Daytona in a couple of weeks. I'm going to be in Daytona from Thursday, March 7th through Sunday, March the 10th. While I'm down there, I'll be staying in a hotel this year, so my bike's going to be parked outside. And one of my greatest nightmares is going outside in the morning and my beloved Ida Lee is gone. So I'm going to take a few steps that I'm going to share with you today that will hopefully prevent that from happening, and maybe you want to copy some of these ideas for yourself. Before I get started, I want to recognize the sponsors for Riding and Wrenching. We have Wings Customs and Volunteer Audio. In fact, let's get into it. So the first thing that we can do is obviously to use the tools that Harley Davidson gives us with the bikes to protect them. Locking your saddlebags, locking your Tourpack, locking your forks. That's just the basic fundamentals that we should always do. The next thing that we can do to protect your bike are some of these items that I picked up from Amazon. Now this first one, I had high hopes for this thing. It is a front brake lock, and it basically pulls your front brake in and locks it to your throttle and basically keeps the bike from moving. This would be perfect if it fit my bike. It doesn't. This only fits a hand grip with a 1.5 inch diameter. So if you have a hand grip that's 1.5 inch diameter, this will be perfect for you. It doesn't fit on my bike. I think mine's probably a little bit more than 1.5 inches, maybe by 1/4 inch or something. So my next best thing is a rotor lock. Now you've probably seen these before. These attach to the front rotor, and you have a little reminder cord here that reminds you to take it off. And so you basically attach it to the device, and you attach it to your front brake, or to your hand grip, so you remember to take it off. You definitely don't want to try to move your bike with this thing on it because you'll tear your bike up. But this is a great device. It has an alarm on it. It's battery powered. That includes the batteries and a little orange cord here, as well as a little carrying pouch. And from what I understand, the alarm is super loud. So I'm hoping that this does the trick to protect my bike, or at least have an alarm in case somebody tries to move it. Now this could also be very handy if you have a very expensive front wheel. Because again, I've seen some pictures of bikes in Daytona just pushed over, and the only thing they wanted to steal off the bike was the front wheel, and they're pretty easy to remove. The next thing we can do to protect our bike is make sure that it's not seen. So that light, I've got a bike cover, a nice plain generic bike cover. It doesn't say Harley Davidson on it, doesn't say anything. In fact, if I wanted my bike to not get stolen, maybe it would say Indian on there. I'm just kidding. Shots fired at the Indian people, but the bottom line is this will cover the bike up and prevent the thieves from seeing it, maybe slow them down a little bit so that they just don't want to deal with it. Now you can also attach an alarm to your bike cover. So all of these little steps that you can take makes it that much more difficult and challenging for the thieves. Now if somebody wants your bike bad enough, they're going to disregard all of that and steal it anyway, but my objective is to make them work for it if they're going to steal my bike. Now, if you take all those steps and your bike still gets stolen, or my bike gets stolen, Apple AirTag. And you can hide these in a lot of different places on your bike, and it makes it so that you can find lost or stolen items. The downside to them is if the thief has an iPhone, they're going to know that they're being tracked. But then again, that might encourage them to not keep your bike if they can't find the AirTag. Now, if you put AirTags on your bike, on your keychains or trailer or anything else, you want to get some batteries. You can also pick these up on Amazon, and I'm going to provide affiliate links to everything that I share with you. Now, it's also a good opportunity for you to do a review of your insurance policy. I'll provide a link right here to a video that I created where I did a review of my own insurance policy and show you some of the things that I looked at. Now, the absolute best way of protecting your bike going to Daytona or some bike rally, get an Airbnb with a garage. Then your bike is enclosed, it's out of sight, and it has a great amount of protection. Again, I'm in a hotel this year, so I'm screwed. Now, something else I have to provide some protection to my bike is the seat lock. Now, this replaces the normal screw that holds your seat down, and this is it right here. And this just slides on top and locks in place and keeps your seat from being stolen. Because if you spend a lot of money on your seat like I did on mine, I'd like for it to be there when I come back. You can pick these up from Volunteer Audio. It's a very, very awesome device. Comes in different colors. I'm partial to red, so I got red, but again, they've got, I think, 20 or 30 different colors you can get those in. While in Daytona, I will be doing a meet and greet with several other YouTube content creators. We're going to be meeting on Saturday at Veterans Park, meeting there at 9 o'clock in the morning, and we're going for a ride at 9:30. You're welcome to come and join us. I want to give a shout out to Ripping on Twos. I believe he's the one who put this together, but there's going to be several other content creators there as well. So you're going to have Ripping on Twos, you'll have Kelly B Gliding, Sensei from Ride Fit Nation, and I believe we're also going to have Boots and Jeans Rider. I just called you guys out, Rich. You guys got to show up now. So we're going to have some very cool content creators and probably a couple others that I'm kind of missing here, and I apologize. But it's going to be a cool event. Going to meet up and going to go for a ride. We did it last year. It was a lot of fun, and we're going to do it again this year. This is Q. I'm riding, I'm wrenching, and I am out.
Lean angle. Now, they are taking away the advantage of using the rear brake to show you how proficient they are. So folks, don't try this at home unless you want it. The next lesson, which we'll show you later, is how to pick up a motorcycle.